is going to be interesting. I found a better spot. Oh, reverse thrusters engaged. Oh no, this guy's taking off. I think I'm going to magnify. Hold on. There we go. Alright, you ready for this? There's 2 in a row coming. They're landing about every 2 minutes, 3 minutes. It is freaking hot AF. Ain't gonna lie. If I wanted to get this view for a second, it is 104.7 right now. Alright, here we go. You ready? Oh, Spirit Airlines. I can see the fleas coming out. Get out of the way. Yep, I see the fleas. What up, fleas? Hey, stop focusing on the fence. I think we'll have better views if I look across the street here. Uh-oh. Better views of some freaking cars. And I see a little sliver of shade over there I can hang out in. That'll be most advantageous. For me and the phone. I didn't drink enough water today. I got sidetracked by missions. I forgot about my water mission. Alright. Here come another. Here come another. Alright. Extra points if you guess what airline it is before it flies over our heads. It's gonna fly directly over our heads from where this spot is. Alright, you ready? Yeah, oh, we're right in the path. Sick. Oh, there it is. Oh yeah, he's flying right over our heads. These people are waving to us. What up, pilot? And you can hear them, let's see. That's a Southwest. You hear the Southwest firing up? That's a departure. A departure from the norm. I almost bought a condo back here in like, shit, what was it? Like 1996, I think it was. It was right in the flight path here. And it was a good deal, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was like a townhouse. But then I'm like, this will get played out in about a week. And I didn't. Alright, he's adjusting. He's got clearance. Alright, I'm going to de-widify it a little bit. You see how it's not a direct path? You can see the wind blowing him to the left. And he's adjusting. That looks like some form of Gulf Stream. You see him, like, his ass is off to the right a little bit. He's gonna hit the runway nice. Alright. Let me put the camera over here. So that way I can say what up to everyone as we watch planes go over. Alright, just keep your eye on the sky. Alright. Oh, what is this? What is this? He just took a freaking hard, he's flapping in the breeze. What up, bro? What is he doing? What was that? Did you see that? Those passengers must have just freaked the absolute F out. That was a little ass plane. He was like copping a freaking hard left. And then he was like, nah, we good. We good. This is awesome. I love plane. I like airports better than this, but can't really watch too many planes come in. Here come another. Alright. Notify me when the event begins. I think my event began. Let me suffer through this commercial. Who is it? Some game. That's weird. And he's got his lights on in case you can't see the runway. Oh, I like my own video. Freaking awesome. What do we got? 126 people? Man, what happened to all freaking 10,000? Alright, let me line these up. Alright, you ready? Should I go wide? Nah, I'll go wide on the next one. I want to see which view is better. Ready? Here he comes. They're all getting blown a little bit. That's awesome. Yeah, let's wait for another one. Check out chat activity. Say hello to some peoples. All messages engaged. Mike N from Alaska. Water shade and super chats. I got some water. I don't know the shades up, unfortunately. I was a flint here. Maria N90, Jim Wolf, Chanel Fischel, Angie, Janice, Tom Mack, Tom Lars, Maria Bubba, Tom Helm, Mary Leathers, Sony, Marie Bell, Val Marie. Keep them coming. Kevin 1702. Is that your zip code? No, it's your area code. Like 1 and 5. Alright, here he comes, here he comes. Oh, he's right above us, right above us. I don't know. That still is kind of exciting. To this day, I still get off on it. Captain Low. Let's see. John B. You're over at the fountains. I was there yesterday. Say hello to them chicks. They're probably still there. That was a Gulfstream, man. Was it a 4? Yeah, it could have been a 4. Bruce Lewis. Chris Miller. I'm scrolling. Bill Vic, what's going on? Alan, what's happening? Manhattan, what up, what up? You got about 30 milligrams of zinc with some beet juice? Yeah, zinc. Oh, zinc is important. Zinc is so freaking important. Minimum 25, 30, even better. You nailed it, bro. Beet juice is on point. Beet juice is on point, especially for us men. Well, you know, ladies get the benefit of our beet juice consumption also. Lee Farner, Sylvia. I like the fire-ups behind us. All right, here come another one. He's coming directly over our brains. Try to keep him in frame. Alright, now I want to try, let's see. I want to try some wider activity. Let's see if that's more beneficial for the viewage. I'm still trying to catch up with everyone. Eve, how are you? Black Cloud 420. Shout out Seattle. Man, where is Venus? Hopefully this is good. Yeah, I'm digging the plane watch. In the shade, it's not too bad. It's like 10 degrees cooler, but it's almost 105 today. It's kind of wicked. Glitched. No, I can barely see the screen. All right, let's see if the wide activity. Then we'll try even wider. Nice. Yeah, I think we're gonna go even wider on the next one. barely have to wait a minute. Alright, let's do super wide. Keep your eye on the sky. Yes, and I will address the 221-pound gorilla in the room later. Are there any businesses in that? Yeah, most of it's closed. I think the bank was open at Wells Fargo, but Wells Fargo can eat a bag. Wells Fargo's like the worst bank ever. Yeah, it seems like they're renovating this whole area. Well, this whole mall. They could stand it. Next up, a spirit flea. Yeah, I better get out the flea repellent. I mean, you think I'm joking about that? I know someone who got totally bit by fleas flying on a Spirit airline. But that is not the worst that can happen to an individual on Spirit. Shout out Bakersfield. Oh, you're getting ready for the big power outage. It's a test run for something. I gotta keep my head on swivel over my shoulders too. Let's see. Are these some, let's see, who's back there? Who's behind me? Are they working? You guys are beeping at them. Are they working? No. There goes two solid twos. Blonk. Alright, here we go. Let's see if the wider. He's coming right over our brains too. Watch. I think that's too wide. We'll catch a few more. We might sit in the car and catch a bunch. That's easy enough to do too. But I'm fairly heat tolerant today. And press more buttons. Come on, buttons. Do your buttoning. Alright, there we go. 190. Steve B in the house. 12. I got a 12-minute commercial. What the heck's that all about? Free quotes from AAA. No, thank you. I'm good, bro. Just dancing in this kitchen and shit. Lauren. You guys know what commercial I'm talking about. Oh, and then Team Move. Alright, let's get back to what we was doing. Yeah, it's pretty high. It's gonna get crazy now. We are directly in the flight path. This is kind of awesome. I like the shadow that blows over. I'm doing that automated because I have the technology. Woo, Marta, how are you? Alright, so while I got you, while I have your attention while we're plane watching. Wait, hold on. Whoa, what up? It is hot. I'm gonna drink me some water in a second. But I'm kind of in the shade. It's not too bad. There's no planes coming for a bit. So that gives me just enough time to say, Bror Fredrik coming at you live east of the Las Vegas airport. It's not McCarran anymore. What's it called? Something. I don't know. Whatever it's called. They changed the name. I can care less. It should be called Las Vegas International Airport, because that's truly what it is. But they named it something else. It just, I don't have enough bandwidth to give a shit. Personally. All I know, there's the airport. Here I am. Las Vegas Strip is that way. Planes are that way. We're going to check this out for a little bit. And I'm going to invite you to like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell button to get notified when I do this again, which is at least, you like that? Wow. 5 times a week. You know, on a sports channel. Super chat while I'm live is absolutely awesome because it is the grease that keeps this channel going. And check out heybrofredrik.com, where I am Bror Fredrik, raw and uncensored, where we can truly talk about the 212-pound gorilla that landed in the room today, because I got a lot to say about that, but you know, we can't really do it here to a degree, but we are. And we're also going to do an impromptu drive and chat because, you know, there's no place to really walk around here. number one, this area is sketchy. Number two, it's hot AF. Number three, it's nothing to look at except the planes. This east side of town. And I got the Cash App, the Venmo, and all the other stuff down there. And I got Amazon links. And don't forget my 2 channel partners, which are Olight for the best damn flashlights known to man. I personally rock every single day. An Arkfeld, because it fits in my pocket. It's sleek. It goes deep in the pocket, and it's powerful AF. Got a UV light. Got all the brightness. And got a laser pointer, which I probably shouldn't have over here. But I'm not going to deploy it. And don't forget Tiege Hanley. Check the skin. Well, I've always had a good regimen, and Tiege Hanley has helped. 30% off your first order. Link in the description. They're freaking awesome. Let's get back to our regularly scheduled program. I don't see any planes coming. I think they called off Las Vegas. They were like, nah, Las Vegas is full. Stay home. Yeah, I got to keep out of the, yeah. Let's just call the airport Trump Stump and yeah, right? I would prefer Las Vegas International. Yeah, exactly. Or Howard Hughes. What is it? What is it called now? I don't even freaking know. I don't care. I really don't care. Tiege Hanley's sunscreen is actually good because it doesn't have all the freaking cancer-causing crap in it too. Regular sunscreen, like, you know, like the Hawaiian freaking tropics and all that other crap, or the baby, and like you couldn't get away with those commercials. What was that with the baby with the dog pulling off her little freaking bathing suit and whatnot? You'd get crucified for doing that today. But yeah, that stuff is rather poisonous. And if you're gonna use sunscreen, use it on your face so you don't get freaking oxidized. But all over the body, not so much, because that is impeding your ability to take in the sun, which is vitamin D. The sun is not bad for you. I don't care what anyone says. The sun is healthy, unless you already are suffering some issues, then of course stay out of it. But other than that, the sun is the joint. They actually say people who stay out of the sun and use a lot of sunscreen are more prone to skin issues than people who do. It's just a thing. Wasn't there a famous actress? Yeah, there was. There was. I met and had a little, how would I say, friendship with, I mean, I wasn't old enough to know the commercial, but she brought it up and I Googled it. It was, remember that Save Some Cheese Doodles for Graham? Save some, I can remember it to this day. And I was just to say to her, hey, save me some cheese doodles or what? Yeah, but she was like the cheese doodle chick. She was kind of a fucking, a cheese doodle. Is it? It's Harry Reid International? Yeah, I guess it is. Can I say what I think about Harry Reid? Ho House Harry. I mean, the guy had a rough life, but he didn't have to take it out on the rest of the world, you know? Just because he grew up listening to his mom knocking boots, you know? He didn't have to make everyone else miserable. That's all I'm saying. Bror Fredrik International Airport, I like that one. One day they'll name something after me. Do I have anything named after me now? Just my websites. Save some cheese doodles for grandma. Yeah, Frontier I flew once. Did not. Yeah, I just couldn't get down with that, with Frontier. Definitely can't get down with Spirit. It's not worth it. You save, what, $12 by the time you check all your luggage? And you gotta deal with fleas and frickin' Waffle House-like behavior. Nah, I'm good. I mean, I've been on just about every airline, and I don't have a problem with Southwest. You know, I like United for a lot of reasons, except for their CEO, you know, and dancing for children and whatnot. I found that rather freaking bizarre. And, oh, Tyvek. Look at them go with the Tyvek. And their chairs, their seats are basically turning into like lawn chairs with like a ½ inch of padding. They're the freaking most uncomfortable unless you're first class. Wow, there is a business open. No way, the Hungarian market. Are you actually doing business, bro? You got some sausage? You got bacon? Oh, hello. Don't want to go in the sun. What is that? Lotta Studios? Oh, it's a tattoo spot over there. Yeah, some of these businesses are actually open. I hope they're getting free rent. It's like nobody's coming in here. There's some crazy person yelling over my left shoulder. Said this neighborhood's a little sketchola. Everything all boarded up. This is gonna be the whole country soon. Freaking boarded up. And crazy people. Someone left their sheets here. Look at that little baby dumpster. Holy cow. Alright. We're diverting the plane somewhere. Violators will be prosecuted. Yeah, it is theft when you freaking dump shit in other people's dumpsters. Theft of space. Now it's theft of services. Equivalent to like tapping someone's cocks, you know? Tapping their cocks. Cox communication with an XYT. Let's just clarify that. Imagine all these businesses, they just get that blazing ass sun every afternoon. Yeah, closed. Let's get the wide activities. Bunk. Wow. And still, you could go to this place and be like, yo, I just need a business. I'm not going to have like foot traffic, whatever. I just need a business to run my business. I need some retail space. They'd still be like, oh, really? Let me have someone call you back on that. And they call you back. They'll tell you like $285 a square foot plus cam fees. Look at it. Look at this shit. Look at this shit here. See the world we're living in? Look at that. Do you guys know what that is? And it's on a freaking building. They're all over the buildings. They got them all over, what do you call it? Like every Simon property in the world. And yeah, we are certainly living behind enemy lines. Huh. Mini storage back there. Oh, I see a price for something. I'm gonna suffer the heat a little bit longer. Don't go for a cruise. Office warehouse. What is that? 100 square feet for, no. 100 square feet. Oh shit, I almost killed myself. What are these, freaking moles or prairie dogs or groundhogs digging this shit up? Starting at $360 for a 10 by 10. I guess that's not terrible in the grand scheme of things. 10 by 10, that's like the size of my bathroom. What the hell are you gonna do in there? You could just rent it and call it like a satellite office just to bring your secretary. You know, put like an inflatable mattress in there. That's about all it's good for, and it's a write-off. That's about all it's good for. 10 by 10. Oh, let's sit on a rock. I'm gonna drink some water for a second while I sit on a rock. This seems to have business, except for that whole side is deader than a doornail. Alright, I'm gonna chill for a minute. No planes. I'll find a place to sit this. It's precarious AF. Raw. This is the type of places people put nail salons and whatnot. I think they're gonna get rich. Alright. I haven't really looked at the chat in a while. Check out fan fundalization. Maria with the 2 banana ranas holding down the super chat activities. Thank you very much. Crypto, what's going on? Trisha in the house. Yeah, you seen that? That was you can't even say that word on YT. The illumination. A clear symbol right on the frickin' building. Yikes. Marty with the 2 banana ranas. Thank you very much. I got no planes. It's reminding me of a song. Planes, trains, something like that. I don't know. Alright. I wonder if that condominium I almost bought is actually still here. It was really nice. It had 2 fireplaces that had, they were built into like room dividers that 2 rooms could appreciate them at the same time. Like one was in the bathroom. What up? Shout out Delta. One was in the bedroom into the bathroom, and then the living room into like the dining room, kitchen / area. It's kind of nice. Had their own backyards. It was like 82,000 bucks. Or 72. All I remember was freaking dirt cheap. But you gotta listen to this every 3 minutes. It's not very conducive to much. At least they're keeping up the property. I'll give them that. Because nobody's back here. Oh, I guess that's the mini storage spot. This is all owned by the illumination. That's weird. Oh, look at this. It's like finding a dinosaur egg in a freaking mailbox. Some businesses doing some business over here. It's actually a pretty decent area for business. It's just dead. Alright, let's keep moving. Let's make our way back to the vehicle. Go check out the strip or something. Oh, this is the first car that's turned on here. Evidently, they move a lot of freight around here. Oh, look at the stitches. That reminds me of my leg. That's what my leg looks like. One part of my leg where I got freaking stabbed. Stabbed and then dragged. It's like Frankenstein. More space for lease. All right. Oh, I'm seeing crickets for the first time. I haven't seen crickets all year, except for that one. Oh. Shout out Southwest. It's almost perfectly timed. When one comes in, they fire up that runway over there. You hear that? Oh, look at a little bobcat. Those are cool. Alright, let's get out of the sun. I want to go see the Hungarian spot, but then I'm like kind of obligated to buy something. know, be the only person all day. How could I be just like, just looking? Just looking, bro. How do you say just looking, bro, in Hungarian? There's a Polish spot in town like that I want to go check out, because you freaking Polish people make the best pickles ever. I'll give you that. Best pickles ever. I go to the Ethiopian spot for coffee because they roast it there. Not very often. It's really expensive. But, you know, he's supporting a guy and his family and shit. And you could smell it like a block away. I don't know how they let him do it. He roasts it inside a spot like this. No trespassing. Why are they putting no trespassing signs on a building that's supposed to be retail? One of the type of illumination activities take place in there. Some kind of rituals. What is it? I hear some mumble rap. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, no, that's Easy E. I'm sorry, Easy E. Bro, dead bro? Alright. No, I'm alright with it. Easy E's alright. Easy E. Alright, let's see the last two. Easy E ain't gonna give me no copyright claims. You be dead. Oh, that's like a remix. It's amazing how those tin cans stay up. Wells Fargo. Some dude going through the garbage. Alright, we're gonna blank out for a second. Like 10 seconds, the screen's gonna go blank while I make the transition into the vehicle. Don't go anywhere, I'll be right back. Uh-oh, music. God forbid. Alright, we're back. Let me adjust air conditioning. I gotta send the AC through the defroster to make sure the phone doesn't overheat. Alright, so you're gonna hear a little whizzing for a second. We're pulling all the megabittage down here. We're pulling 12 megabits. Wow. My windshield's kind of corroded. Need to do something about that. And make it worse. This is the worst time of the year for windshields, because you technically can't clean them. They're so hot that it dries so quick. Alright, I'm gonna have to do something real quick. Let me make a maneuver. You can just stare and get mesmerized for a second. But I got a plan. I'm gonna use my emergency bottle of freaking water. Like you have an emergency 5 hidden somewhere. Well, now an emergency 100, you know, because of the great economy we live in. Yeah, I keep an emergency bottle of water. So hopefully we don't have any emergencies. Oh, it feels good in here. Why are my freaking lights on? I don't know, but they're automaticals. Alright, let's get some water in us. And we'll get to booking 225 people in the house. Phone is saying it's overheating. I mean, let me just feel it. Yeah, it feels good. It'll cool down in a minute. Bert's gonna be here 5 days in June. Freaking awesome. I like German restaurants too. Go get some schnitzel. I can't really eat schnitzel anymore. I like saying schnitzel. The restart on the corner of Harlem. Favorite flavor of liquid IV? Any? I was just in the market for some too. I ripped through like 2 of those things a day, and they're like breathing to me. I cannot survive without those damn things. I got like 4 left, so I'm gonna try to go slow on them. I mean, given a choice, like anything but like, I don't like lemon and lime type flavors, but when it comes to liquid IV, I really don't care, you know? It's more about survival. I'll suffer my likes or dislikes. I like the acai berry, passion fruit, the niggas went over our head right now. Oh, isn't that a pretty view? Look at that. I like the coconut. The coconut's jam. But someone once told me that it tastes like sunscreen. And ever since they told me that, you know, pina colada, like, is kind of weird now. This is a cemetery right here. The Davis Memorial Park Cemetery, air cargo, that way. I want to go through some side streets a little bit. I want to come up the back and go down Patrick. Let's do that. You guys want to do that? F it. We're doing it anyway. Let's take a lefty on Patrick. I'm so rarely on this side of town. They have Walmarts on this side of Las Vegas. No shit. Of course, they have Ross, so you can get a $10 dress. They got Lowe's, so you can board up your freaking windows when you get broken into over here. Cool, cool. Oh, that AC feels good. It came down a bit. It's 101.8 right now. It came down 2 degrees. Where is this? Are we in like Hendertucky yet? Oh, this truly is a park. I don't like coming into like neighborhoods that are so freaking empty. There's an area I was passing through on Tropicana or near Tropicana, and there was like street walking chicks everywhere, and I was like the only car in the neighborhood, and I was just like, damn, this is awkward AF, you know? It brings back memories of when I was a kid, you know? They had the 420 spots to get a dime or a nickel or whatever, and you'd be like the only car, and sometimes the only Caucasian individual, and they would just light you up and be like, huh, what are you doing around here? Like, what? I'm just coming to visit my cousin. And they're like, yeah, bullshit. I'm like, yeah, I got, you know, that's how I roll. Oh, it's a school down here. All right. And then they'd like roll your car and whatnot, but it's better they'd roll your car and, you know, toss you a beat and whatever than alternatives. That's how things worked back in the day, at least in New York. Oh, there go a Home Depot, so you can board up your windows too. Oh, look, a boarded up freaking gas station. Nice. Who needs fuel when you have electric? Well, they're supposed to be spent what? What did our administration spend? $70 billion to bolster, put, what do you call it? Electric freaking gas pumps everywhere? Whatever the hell you call them damn things. How many did they build? 7. And people are going to vote for more of this shit. They built 7. They were supposed to build, they told us they were going to build 10,000 for the price of $70 billion. 10,000. They're going to blanket the country with them. They built 7. And no apology as to where the other 9,993 are. You know, it's just because people are freaking dumb. They're just like, whatever. At least you don't have to listen to mean tweets. But it's your freaking money. Alright, let's get back on Sunset. That was like the longest turn lane in the history of mankind. It's like 2 miles. Sunset Springs Ranch. What's his name lives over here? That's a nice view too. They didn't do much cloud seeding today. The clouds are relatively natural today. Wayne Newton will be living over here. I swear. I shit you not. Drive slow and then move to Rush. Carl's Donuts. A lot of tattoo places over here. It's like the freaking. It's more tattoo places than electronic gas pumps for $70 billion. It's amazing. It's like deserted over here. Oh, a nail spa. An electric bike. I mean, they're cool, electric bikes, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, it's not exercise anymore. And so now you can get like out of shape, fat and lazy, and on an electric bike, but you're biking every day. Look at me go. Yeah. Kind of weird. Right, let's check my pulse. All right, I'm back down to 110. Cool. Still feel a little dehydrated, goals. Park 2000. It's been called Park 2000. They built it like right before the millennium. I'm trying to see what you guys are talking about, but I gotta wait. Oh, I'm gonna talk about the sham of a conviction. You know that's coming. These boarded up place. This is America. This is what people voted for. Businesses closing left and right. People on the street. Gas at $4. You know, drag shows for kindergartners. You voted for that. I can't think of one positive thing that's happened in 4 years other than no mean tweets. You know? All I gotta say is, see, people are allowed to have their opinion about the miscarriage of justice. Allowed to have your opinion. I just don't understand the celebration. I mean, we all knew it was coming. You know, they'd be dancing in the streets and whatnot. Yay, like they danced for, the summer of peace when they set courthouses on fire. You know, people celebrated that. All right, whatever. That's your right as an American. That's what freedom of speeches is all about. To be able to express yourself in any way that you see fit. However, it's only one side that's allowed to do it, number one. Number two, I just don't think that the people who are celebrating, that think that, the justice system worked and all this other stuff, I don't think they understand, putting aside 45, I don't think they fully comprehend the magnitude of what happened. You know, this is some third world country stuff. Let's put aside parties, let's put aside Brandon and 45 and all the rest of that. Let's put that aside for a second. Let's put that on a shelf and all our feelings surrounding it. For the first time in American history, well, I wouldn't say that. Okay, public facing for the first time, because there's always been shenanigans behind the scenes. We all know that. I don't think anyone is that stupid to think that rivalries and revenge, misjustice in the political context hasn't taken place. But this is the first time it's been in the public domain and publicly supported and publicly glorified, where one party can make it basically, if you think about it, it's been almost an 8-year quest. What happened today is a culmination of an 8-year quest to harm a political opponent. And it was supported, it was funded, voted for, and now it's coming to fruition. And it's a very, very dangerous precedent, and I don't think the people who are celebrating, this is the type of stuff you'd expect in Malaysia. This is the type of stuff that you'd expect in some random Stan country on Mission Impossible. This is something that is only in a John Grisham novel, and we're living through it, where one party completely and utterly weaponizes the media, the alphabet agencies, and all the other powers that be, individuals, useful, anything that they could possibly use to harm an opponent that poses a threat to you want to get accomplished. It's the first time in our history that's ever happened. And that is dangerous. It is extraordinarily dangerous. Because, one, what goes around comes around. What would those same people say who were celebrating this if it happened to someone that they're aligned with? Wouldn't they scream at the top of their lungs? Wouldn't they go out in the streets? Wouldn't they burn a few more courthouses? What would the media have to say? Instead of whacking off under the table in celebration, they would be like, this is the end. One of the ads that I saw on TV, I think it was on Paramount or something, it was one opponent saying, well, if this individual, we're talking about, ever gets elected, he's going to use the might of the government to persecute everyone. And isn't that exactly what they're doing? Isn't this a dangerous place to be in as a free society? It's not a democracy. Number one, we are not a freaking democracy. We are a constitutional republic. Our way of life is not a democracy. We are governed by the Constitution of the United States, and everything revolves around that. That is the core of our political system. But for some reason, especially one side likes to call it a democracy, that everyone has their say. Which everyone, you have your say when you vote, to a degree. But at the same time, you're supposed to wrap your logic and your way of life and your belief system and your way of being around the Constitution. And if it doesn't align with the Constitution, we're not supposed to be entertaining it, because we're a constitutional republic. We're not a democracy where, I feel the sky is green, so I'm going to call it green. It doesn't work like that. Like they just passed a thing in Illinois, I was saying the other day. Instead of they outlawed the word defendant. And they made it justice challenged individual. You're not allowed to say, well, the defendant, please rise. They have to revise all court documents and remove the verbiage defendant. So when you get served the frickin' paper, with the baby blue frickin' wrapper on it, you have to say, I want to go down here now. It has to say, justice challenged individual. And then there's another one, justice impaired individual. Where in the Constitution does it say you can govern language that people use? You cannot pass a law governing the type of language that people are allowed to say. That is outrageous, but it passed with, majority vote. So now the government is in a position to tell us what we can say and what we cannot say. Where are we? What are we doing? Is this the society that you want to live in? You're celebrating what? You're celebrating the further removal of your rights as a human being on this planet? Because quite frankly, these people who are celebrating, I would challenge them. Why did I come a little way over here? I don't know. I would challenge them to, I should have made the turn back there. I would challenge them to name one truly positive, or maybe not even one. One, I can come up with one thing, whatever. Like people say, oh, but he gave people a free pass on their freaking school loans. I mean, that was whatever. That was unconstitutional. But we're not in a constitutional republic. It's a democracy. I can do what I want. Anyway, name 5 things, positive things of the past almost 4 years, 3.5 years. I can't think of anything. All I see is rents rising, mortgages rising, children out of control, people looting, pillaging, turning to their basest sort of behavior. Fatherless homes are at an all-time high. People on systems of all colors, black, white, yellow, not too many yellow, brown, on the system. Inflation out of freaking control. Eggs now $7 a dozen instead of 99 cents before, and that's somehow better. Well, I'd rather pay $7 for eggs and live in a $3,000 a month studio apartment with a leaky freaking sink. That's somehow better? Like, what is actually better? Other than not having to look at another individual's face that you don't like. That's the only thing that's better? Is that truly better? Well, he's one of these. Have you met the man? No, I heard some out of context clip that said he was. What? Oh, I don't like his face. Okay. So enjoy those $7 fucking eggs in the $3,000 apartment in the hood, in your $500 rooms at Excalibur. It's everything. I mean, it's your money that's being just pissed away like it's going out of style. How much have we given to the crane? You know what they authorized today? See, here's the thing. We can't really get into super great detail here. That's why you got to join me on brorfredrik.com, where I can show you verbatim. I just hope that they don't pick up on certain things that I say and, spank the snot out of me. But, you know what? Let's go down, Russell. F it. But I can say whatever I want. I could show you, chapter and verse, what they did today. While this whole farcical frickin' comedy act was taking place, I'm trying to figure out how I can say it. They authorized the use of U.S.-made things that go pow on Rus soil. Doesn't that sound like WW3? But you know why? They're pushing for WW3. They're hoping that, Mr. Poot tosses a frickin' atomic something or other somewhere. Because you know what? You know what gets suspended during that? The Constitution. So keep celebrating, that justice was finally served. By who? Have you looked into who the jurors were? Have you looked into who the judge was? Have you looked into who the prosecution was? Have you looked into who the witnesses were? Or are those just inconvenience facts that you'd rather not explore? The difference is one side believes with all their heart that the ends justifies the means, and the other side believes the process merits the end. And that's the disparity. And unfortunately, in this world, in this life, ends justifying the means is a faster way to achieve results. And you can certainly get away with it when you control the narrative and the media. I mean, you could probably watch every news show, and I'm not going to for a few days, because I like my TVs. I don't want to throw a coffee mug at it. So, and they're all going to say the exact same narrative. They all the fax machines all went off, and they all received the same facts of what they are supposed to say. Almost verbatim. They cannot come off script. They have to indoctrinate the words that they're going to use, which are very carefully scripted across the board. When you control the media, you can live with a mentality that says the ends justify the means, because you can water down the means to make it look palatable. And that's where we are. And people are celebrating that. But I don't fully comprehend it. I mean, should we ignore what should we ignore? The prawn that was done on the Senate floor, the bags of stuff that they found, the documents, the clear paper trails leading to foreign entities. Are we just going to ignore that because finally got him? We finally got him. And just turn a blind eye to everything else that goes on? Is that justice? Is that the country? Is that the world you want to live in? I don't even care if you are one of those people celebrating right now. Is that the world you want to live in? Is that how you would run your family? Is that how you'd run your life? I ask you. I question you. It's very short-sighted, because you know what comes around, it's not going to stay this way forever unless, something major truly happens. It's going to be the script is going to flip one day. And do you want your quote-unquote leaders in the same predicament? How would you feel? Would you, well, that's not fair. That'd be the first thing. That's not fair. Why was it fair? Because he did mean tweets, and he said when he was 21 that he wanted to grab some woman by the hoo-ha. And so that makes him an evil person. Your fucking dad said the same thing to your mom. So just shut up about that, number one. But number two, are you better off? Can anyone, no exception to the rule, but in the population in general, were you better off in the past 3 years? Have you seen better things in the past 3 years than previous? Are you doing better? Is there more money in your bank account? Is your salary or income keeping up with the pace of inflation? Are you happier? Is your family happier? Are schools getting better? Are our roads better? Is our transportation systems better? Is our overall moral fiber as a country better than it was? Is there an improvement? Would you like to see more of what's taken place? Because that's what you're going to have. Not only are we going to have more of the past 3 years, should something not change in November, and even if it does, on the way out the door, it's going to be like a renter trashing the apartment and then moving out. Who knows? It'll take 4 years to unwind the last executive orders, But anyway, because they're not going to have to worry about, he's not going to have to worry about being elected. This was just a taste. And for everyone who says, 45, he was an R-A-C-I-S-T. Oh, because that's what CNN told me. First of all, I met the man a few times. I didn't pick up on nothing, even remote like that. But, there's closet people who are like that. Okay, I grant you that. Okay, how about we Google Brandon and see what his take on people's differences are of skin tone and ethnicity. You will find some straight up vile commentary. He's been in the public eye forever. They've recorded like 80% of every word that's ever come out of his mouth. He's put more people of color behind bars than probably anyone else in this country. He's said, I can't even repeat the level of RACISM that this guy who they people voted for was engaged in and is engaged in. And suddenly he changed. Suddenly he was like, you know what? All those things I said, all those things I did, he was actually called, there's clips of him saying that people of color are inferior. Like, straight up. But he's the poster child for frickin' diversity now. But somehow they convinced, Orange Man bad. He's the one who's the bad one. I don't get it. I don't get it, because people refuse to look at facts, and even when facts are staring them straight in the freaking face, they will disregard them. I hear your facts, but I replace them with my own, because people just don't like being wrong. You have generations of people, who voted or not voted a certain way and were taught at home a certain way about certain people doing certain things at certain times. And it takes a lot to unthink that. It takes a lot to break a cycle and really look what's going on in the world. But, everyone's entitled to their opinion. I'm not gonna, unless there's personal attacks going on, I am not gonna censor both people, here or in, Facebook group, or even on my own platform, brorfredrik.com, because it's just not for me to do. However, should anyone engage in personal attacks, and a lot of what I'm saying right now might come off as a personal attack, but it is not. It is clearly not. I'm not saying you're an asshole for doing X, Y, Z. You might just be uninformed, and there's things that I might not be informed about. There's things that I could learn. There's things that I could teach. But personal attacks, no. I will not tolerate attacks on individuals. Speaking of the facts, talking about things, showing articles, references, why not? I'm fine with that. Celebrating that one political opponent finally, after 7 years, finally dug a dagger into his arch enemy opponent. Is that to be celebrated? Is it? Should we be celebrating? Is there a picnic somewhere we should go to? But people are celebrating. I don't get it. I don't know if they know how truly that the events of today threatens our way of life. Again, opponents, shelf the opponents and my feelings about either one of them. I don't freaking think 45 walks on water. I could call bullshit on him just as quick as Brandon. You know, I've met the guy. You know, and you know he's a New Yorker, and so am I. You know, we can be abrasive as fuck. You know, and people aren't ready for us. And yes, he should have dropped the attitude. You know, Washington is not freaking. It's not. You know, it's not the BQE, you know, where you could, like, give someone the finger, you know, who cuts you off. You know, you gotta, he didn't learn. He tried to bring too much street into it. So I can go bullshit on him, and yes, he can be abrasive. I mean, I've witnessed him, like, in a room being abrasive, you know, but it is what it is. However, I'm not such of an idiot. I have to think, what is best for me? What is best for the country? What is best for my loved ones? What is best for the future? Trumps, I hate to use that word, but it trumps my personal feelings about an individual. So I will suffer certain things for the greater good. But to cut your nose to spite your face, like there's people out there, I've talked to people, and they're just like, I don't care. I will pay more taxes as long as I don't have to see him every day. It's like, what? That makes no sense to me. That's very self-destructive. I will sacrifice the things that are important to me and my way of life because I get triggered by people with spray tans. I don't get that. I honestly don't get it. I mean, I've done well under just about every administration except this one, because you know I don't fit. I no longer fit. Yeah, that's smart. Let's. Oh, what is this? Some illegal meat drop off over here? Yeah, illegal meat dropping off. What do you got there? What do you got? Them sausages you cooking? This guy's is one of them illegal freaking vendors. He's doing his rounds. All right. I don't get it. I mean, I'm not. I want what's good for everyone, not just what's good for me. I can put my feelings aside. But I will also say this, and I've said it before. This really isn't a left versus right. This is not a political issue that we're dealing with right now. It is good versus evil. I'm not even going to say right versus wrong, because none of us on this freaking planet know truly what's right or wrong, because we do not have the entire story. So to be able to say what's right or wrong makes you an idiot. You cannot determine that. Well, certain things, certain morality issues are pretty freaking black and white. But anyway, it's a good versus evil thing. You know, and sometimes evil wins. You know, evil won today. I told you, I said, who's the God of this world? Who runs this world? Does God, the God of good? No, he does not. That's a fact. That's a fact. God of this world is Satan. If you want to get a little spiritual about this, he runs this show. So, you know, if he chalks up a W, you gotta kind of expect it after a while, you know? So, don't get your feathers all ruffled. I told you, we live behind enemy lines. It's a good versus evil thing. And even, okay, let's just suppose for a second, all right, all 34 things, yeah, okay, he did them all, every single one of them. Let's just assume, let's just agree with that for a second and say, yes, okay, good, he did that. Well, what did you do? Number one, what did you do? If I hired a PI to follow you around for a month, what could I dig up? I'm sure I could dig up 34 things on every fucking one of you people, including myself. You know, no one is above reproach, number one. Number two, let's just assume it was, but the precedent, it is a further channeling of what this country's destiny is going to be in the short term and the long term. Do you want more grown men doing drag races for children? That's what you're celebrating, because there's going to be more of that now. Is that a good thing? Can anyone out there right now find a positive about that? Please, find the good in that for me. I would like to know. Find the good in that. Find the good in grown males entering female private areas with children. Find one positive thing. Please convince me that we are on the right path with allowing that type of behavior. I'll listen, but you need to come up with something like, why? Tell me why it's a good thing. Tell me why there's a nationwide manhunt for someone who did donuts on a crosswalk. Why is that the most important issue to us right now as a people? Nationwide manhunt. Why is that the most important thing instead of education, homelessness, mental illness, poverty, health care? No. We will deploy the entire weight of our society to find out who did donuts on that crosswalk, because that is what matters. You want more of that. You do not care about improving education. Has education improved in the past 4 years? I see classrooms of teachers who are making their classrooms their personal therapy safe spaces. Oh, today I came out to my kids. What? I don't care if you do or you don't. I don't care what you frickin' do. I really don't. But you need to let your 8-year-olds know that? That isn't the crux of what... That's not what you're getting paid to do, number one. But why? Why do people feel the need to expose children to such things? If someone could explain that to me so I could understand, but that's what we're gonna have more of. That's the new norm. Normalizing that type of behavior. That's what we want more of? That's what you want more of? It's not what I want more of. Does that have anything to do with mean tweets? You know, one of the first things that Mean Tweet Dude did was he did an EO that made trafficking of you-know-who almost punishable by deletion. He made that was one of the first things he did in office, was address that and make it a centerpiece of what his administration was supposed to be, to eliminate that behavior from our country. The new administration wrote a new EO to remove that. To remove all the task forces that were addressing that heinous situation. And all it has done is gotten infinitely bigger and infinitely worse and infinitely more vile. Why? Can someone who supports that... What up, girl? Can someone who supports that explain to me why that was a good thing? And why Tweet Dude doing it in the first place was bad? And why that had to be overturned so fast as soon as the new administration got in? That was one of the first things they eliminated. Because they just felt that was, that just wasn't right to be able to target individuals who engage in that type of behavior. What? Can anyone rationally sit down? I will have you on the show. Sit down and explain that to me. Why it was a good thing. Why putting it in place was bad, and why removing it made our country better. Someone explain that to me. I don't know. I'm willing to listen, but for the life of me, I cannot figure it out. Let me check something real quick. Fan funding, alright. I think I burnt more gas than my super chats. 2 banana ramen from Maria, 2 from Marty. So I think I'm gonna wrap it up. So I probably spent like $20 in gas driving around. So it's a nice sunset. So don't lose heart, people. Don't get hurt about this. Evil's gonna do what evil does, because we live in a world ruled by it. So if they toss up a win now and then, but ultimately, good will prevail. We all know that. That's a no-brainer. Maybe not in our lifetime, but ultimately. Ultimately. Some people are gonna burn in lakes of fire. And then I'll get the last laugh. Then I'll be just like, told you so. Told you we shouldn't have been subjecting our children to that. But, is what it is. I got do I told you so's now. I'll wait. I'm patient. But all we can do is come together. And that's why I say, see, that's why my channel, ever since I decided to actually be me, has stagnated. And quite frankly, I don't freaking care. You know? I don't care. And I don't care that, like I always say, I mean, when people say never talk politics or religion in public or what, or at the Thanksgiving or at the dinner table. No, I'm the opposite, and I think everyone should get there too. No, that's exactly what you want to talk about. That's exactly what you want to talk about, because me, I want to know the people around me. I want to know what makes them tick. I want to know what they think. I want to know if and why they support exposing children to certain behavior without the parents' consent. I need to know these things. I don't care how cool you are, how much good times we had, how many times we did this or that or whatever. If you believe in that type of stuff, I just don't want to really be around you, you know, because unless, like I said, you can logically tell me why that is legitimately awesome behavior. I want to know. I want to know who the people are, and there's no quicker way to expose that. And a lot of people, they just, you know, they keep it under the hat, you know. But even from a biblical standpoint, what does it say? Don't hide me under a bushel, bro. I'd rather say the unpopular things, well, that are perceived as perhaps unpopular, but a lot of people agree with. A lot of people probably agree with almost everything that I said, and if you don't, I really don't care. That's okay. Maybe I educated you, and I think I'm being fairly diplomatic about the whole thing, fairly even-keeled, you know. But the silent majority routine has come to roost. The silent majority routine has backfired. People loved, opposition loved the term silent majority. Oh, we're part of the silent majority. Well, look at us now. We're not only silent, but we've been silenced on social media, at family gatherings. So we went from the silent, but what the fuck was that? When I used to hear that, it used to make me cringe. Oh, you mean we'll all like nod at each other? That was like the biggest epic fail, you know. And what did that correspond with? Being PC. The two terminologies almost came out at the same time. PC and silent majority. So basically, okay, that was an epic fail. Anyway, but, you know, children's future, your children's future, you know. What do they say now? Oh, who else who else used to control the media? There was that other individual with that stupid little mustache that controlled the media and the narrative and convinced people to do really, really bad things. I forget who he was. I think he used to do some movement with his arm and his hand in the air, and I don't know. And everyone really didn't like him. But everything I've seen for the past 3 years kind of mirrors what that individual did. So I don't know why we're repeating the past. But, hey, God forbid you say anything. Anyway. And these are the things we talk about over at brorfredrik.com. Live stream coming soon. Set up cameras today. Set up Rush. Maria, really? No, not even remotely close. How about there's like 1939, people marching with tall black boots, duh. I mean, seriously? Rush? Anyway. Yeah, let's go find those chicks flashing their boobies. So, long story short, I'm not going to address that here again. And if people want to discuss it in the chat moving forward, tomorrow, day after, I don't care. And I'll give my 2 cents. But I'm not upset about it. I mean, it was no surprise to me whatsoever. Sometimes evil takes the W, we just have to deal with it. I'm not going to get bent. Well, what's to get bent about? I can't do anything about it. All I have is influence over my sphere of influence. Unfortunately, mine's a little vaster than other people's due to having this, but if this goes away, my sphere of influence is the people I have contact with, and remain in contact with, and that's all we have. We're not going to fix it. We can only fix it when we come together, but we're such a divided people, we really can't come together. Division has ruled the day. Division is, it's bigger than us now. But the past, 44 and 46 caused, as expected, they bolstered division. That's what they wanted. 44 wanted to divide his main mission. I mean, he told us, when everyone voted, he said, I'm going to fundamentally change this country. And he endeavored to, is there someone here that I should be stopping for? No. He developed between classes, between people with the haves and the have-nots. He made that so distinct. He got people to hate prosperous people and to deny them their hard work and their reward for such hard work. That was his thing, and successfully done. Now we just the 1%, the whole bit. Like, now we're supposed to hate rich people, so he created a caste system in our country, and we all fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. Well, not me, but anyway. And this new administration created a gender and color issue. Both gender and color. So yeah, but it is what it is. I've always known we live behind enemy lines. I'm gonna still do my thing. I'm still gonna, sun's still coming up tomorrow. I'm still gonna hang out. Still going to Bavette's on Saturday night. I'm still gonna do my thing. And you do you, but I would just suggest anyone who's celebrating or anyone who's sad or in despair right now over this issue that happened today, reflect on it. See what really matters, see why you're sad or see why you're happy, and figure that out for yourself, because something's wrong if you've extremed in either direction that you need to address on a very personal level to be a better human. If you're either extreme, if you're happy about what happened, or if you're really, really sad about what happened, you should certainly do a checkup from the neck up and heal. And that's all I got to say about that. So, I have to thank Maria for the $2, and I thank Marty for the $2. And I appreciate that, the gallon of gas, and I appreciate everyone hanging out, and I hope this conversation continues, but it can continue in rare form, raw and freaking uncensored, over at brorfredrik.com, so check it out. That's where I run the show. For now, until they pass another thing. Oh, before I go, did anyone read what the tax proposal is for 2025 if there's no change in administration? Oh, guess what? Your Roth IRA is going away because it's going to get taxed. The one advantage to attempt to build wealth in your life, they're removing that. And all sorts of other taxes. But as long as there's no mean tweets, why should you retire in comfort? And I love you guys, and I'm going to invite you one last time to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell button to get notified when I do this again, which will be tomorrow. Just don't know what time, so hit the bell button. And I thank you for your support. Links in the description, all the stuff. Again, thank you for the super chats. And on that note,